I'm trying this new thing when I'm starting the intro out when I'm already done with the look so you can see what we're achieving today. We're gonna do a get ready with me. I'm gonna be answering some of your questions. It gets really deep and it's a really long video, so sit back, relax, grab some tea, grab a cookie or a snack. I usually save this for the end of the video, but because it might be really long and chances are you might not stay all the way, you might not. Yeah, let's just be fair. So have you subscribed? Because I'm doing Vlogmas. That means videos every single day at 7 PM Singapore time. If you haven't already, also follow me on Instagram because a lot of the content that I make for Vlogmas gets decided by you on my polls, on my stories. So yeah, just you know, hop back and forth and yeah, let's jump in. By the way, if you can hear like gentle rain sounds, it's because there's a freaking thunderstorm outside, so it's gonna be like a little bit cloudy also, but let's work with what we have. Today I'm gonna be trying out some Illamasqua products. I've already done my base because I don't want to be like sponging or like brushing my face for like 15 minutes. Before we get into makeup, I want to show y'all what I used on my face today in terms of skincare. If y'all followed my unboxing, you would have seen that I have this like Espa like little baggy set. So I used the serum and moisturizer today, and I just want to say the scent is so spa-like and beautiful and calming, and the texture is also so luxurious. So yeah, I just have a very good first impressions of these two products. So I'm gonna try out the rest of the line. I'm heading off to an event and it's like a golf, like mini golf and drinks kind of event. It's called Holy Moly and it's at Clarke Quay, so I'm kind of appropriately dressed in like the retro style. Completely unplanned, but I'm gonna use the sculpting stick from Illamasqua just because I love it. Like I'm almost done with it, I think. Yeah, it used to be like this much, now it's just a little bit left. Within the past few weeks, I've gotten my makeup done by like other people. There was one particular makeup artist that put my contour really high to the point that I thought it was highlight, and I was like, yeah, you put the contour so high. And she's like, yeah, because you know your face and your cheekbones are here, so it just makes sense for you to do that so you can sculpt your face. And I was like, oh snap. So yeah, this is a pro tip. Don't do the fish thing, because if I do the fish thing, it'll be here and it'll be way too low. So I'm just kind of doing this so that I can sculpt and contour the cheekbones that are here. Right, let's jump into questions. Emmeline May asks, would you get a tattoo someday? If yes, what and where? Oh, some people also ask me about my piercings and I'll do a separate video on that. I really never considered tattoos because my parents are not like the most supportive of tattoos. They're just like, you know, if you have a tattoo, like people will brand you by the tattoo, you can't get work, blah blah blah. But then now it's like, I'm not gonna be in an office job, I'm not gonna be in a 9 to 5 for the foreseeable future. So I'm like, I can go crazy like Ang Kong Xiao, but I used to draw myself like a sleeve of roses. They were just outlined and I really like it. So I think if I were to get a tattoo, it would be that, just because I think it matches me very well and it looks good. But I know like some people already have that, and I just don't know if it's a smart thing to do something that's so highly visible, because I know like if I do decide to go into like acting or hosting or whatever it is, people that want to hire me might have a problem with like highly visible tattoos. So I'm thinking maybe something in the back, something maybe like, you know, on my butt. Like, I don't know. Anna May and Chow Lei, I think, also asked the question between like, how do I juggle school and work and how do I motivate myself? I'm gonna go into my next step before I answer this question. I'm going to use the brow pomade, I think, because it's been a while and yeah, I think it's like totally drying up. Basically just to do what I love so it doesn't feel like work. When I was in New York, I was way happier because I was studying film and I was doing so well in school because I realized that editing films or like making the short films and planning all like my short lists and everything else that goes into the production of a like film was something that I was excited to do, and I already did it, so I didn't even realize that it was work. By the way, my eyebrows are super sharp and I love this shape. It might be too arched for some people, but I like it. I got my eyelashes done by the same lady that always does my lashes, Tina. She's the best. I'm gonna list her down below, okay? She's just the best. I feel like I always mention her and Get Ready With Me just cause like, you know, you're face to face with my eyelashes and my eyebrows right now, so yeah, it's like fresh. I just got it like 2 days ago, I think. I love it. Yeah. Ooh. This also ties into the idea of like juggling work and school. This semester I particularly struggled because, not just because of the technical difficulties, which, quick recap, okay, my Mac died and then after that I loaded everything into my hard drive and then my hard drive died and I was just like, wow. Because because I do consider YouTube a full-time gig, even though I was taking 3 modules, I felt like I had no time to do anything, and I was attending like PR events, you know. This is the first time in my life where I'm actually going for shit and I'm actually being a part of the community, which is really great. Even though I feel a community when I post online and I see your comments and you talk to me online, it can still feel really lonely just because at the end of the day I'm talking to a camera. So actually meeting people that do the same thing as I do, or even meeting brands, like the faces behind the names in the email, is just really nice. So yeah, anyway, I was like, wait. So I got really overwhelmed, and even though admittedly I only took 3 modules this semester, like 2 of them were really heavy and I really didn't juggle with it very well. So now thinking back upon it, what I would change is time management. When I got back, I would be so tired and all I want to do is watch like Jane the Virgin or just sit down and just cook myself a meal. And because I'm so like extra, right, I do everything by myself, so usually like cooking a meal and cleaning up and all that takes like almost 2-3 hours, and I just found that I didn't have a lot of time. It's funny because I told this to my friend, I was like, I'm only taking 3 modules, but why do I feel so tired and feel like I'm doing so much but at the same time not doing anything at all? And then he was like, do you ever think about the fact that, because we calculate by like modular credits, MCs, so he was like, remember you have 3, so that's already like 12 MCs. Maybe YouTube is another 4, you know, going out for social events is another 4, and then you also have Go Mago and all that. So you're already overloading, so that's why you're feeling so stressed. And understanding that I am overloading in a way helped me feel way less guilty and helped me like really prioritize and literally categorize my daily tasks and what I have to do in terms of like modules, you know what I mean? So like if I'm working on Go Mago, if I'm working on YouTube, you know, at least I know that I accomplished something every day. Next question, Bethany asks, what do you use to edit and film your videos? Ooh, thunder. I now use a variety of things to film my videos. I always use my standard mirrorless, the one right now that you're seeing, the one that you guys are very used to if you've been here for a while, maybe like 2 years. It's the Samsung NX500. I don't know how I feel about it. I do know that the quality is really smooth and it's affordable, but there are certain kinks that make it a little bit more tedious than the usual camera. I could explain it in technical detail, but I don't think anyone's interested. And then I also use the Lumix GH5, and then on some vlogs when you see it's real shitty quality, it's my iPhone. And I have an iPhone 7. I don't think I'm gonna get an iPhone after this. And to edit my videos, I always use Final Cut Pro. So that's that. How do you get started on YouTube? Funny story, I actually started my YouTube channel during the 8-month long break after JC and before like university or college started. I used it as a companion because before this setup, I had a blog. 5,000 people reading my blog a month. Like, it's not a lot of people, but for me it was like my pride and accomplishment because I wrote a lot of like poems and like literature and reviews and just like talks, you know, like basically blogging. Gonna go with like a pretty heavy look today. And then as I was getting my double eyelid surgery, I was kind of complaining to my dad in the car and I was like, so many people get it done. It's just very ridiculous to me that it's so difficult to find information. Almost half of the information that I was getting were from very outdated clinics from America about like upper blepharoplasty or like double eyelid surgery, and I'm like, what? And when Caucasians get double eyelid surgeries done, it's usually for a very different reason than for Asians, which is from a single eyelid to a double eyelid instead of like a corrective. So I just found myself like either looking at a bunch of Korean sites that I couldn't read, or just like people didn't want to talk about it. I know for a fact that like at least like 7 people around me have gotten it done at that point, so I'm like, why isn't anyone talking about it? And then my dad, he was like, you know what you should do is that you should film yourself while you're recovering, and then you can kind of, you know, look back and see how you're recovering. If you really want to, you can also post it online so that other people can see, so that people can understand how recovery works. And then at the same time, right, no one can say that you got plastic surgery, that you are like trying to keep quiet about it, because you literally have a video online, and then you can also help other people. And I was like, Father, that is a great idea, thank you. So that's exactly what I did, and I'm so glad. Okay, even though I don't watch it anymore, it's very cringy. Like, it's really the way that I was speaking was so like deliberate and like awkward. First of all, just because I'm not used to making videos, and second of all, because I knew that I was gonna get hate. Like, I was like trying so hard to be like as chill as possible. So didn't work. I mean, you still get a bunch of hate, but it went viral, and I think people started asking me so many questions that I decided to make another video to kind of address it, and that also got a bunch of views, and then I just was kind of like, huh. And then as people requested for more videos, I just kept on making more and more, and here we are. That was a very long answer, sorry guys. Next question, how do you deal with fake and annoying people? The truth is I don't. When I was younger, I used to be the kind of person that always wanted to make everyone happy, and I would be very upset if someone was angry at me or like someone didn't like me, because I'm like, why? Like I haven't done anything to you. So I would just be like an extra nice person and you know, all that kind of stuff. I would never like speak up if someone was treating me shit for a really long time. Now I do. So don't try me, but when I was younger, yeah, that was all I was. I just dealt with fake and annoying people by pretending that they weren't being fake and annoying, and that really took like a blow to my mental health, because you're invalidating your own feelings and validating theirs, and I took a lot of criticism to heart, and it was just like not healthy. I have had a history of like anxiety and depression and all of that. I cannot deal with that. Like, I don't want to. There was one toxic friendship that I finally cut out, and I had like really like dire consequences. After I cut that out, I realized that I would have much preferred it, that I should have done it earlier than to keep someone around just because I didn't want to hurt their feelings and have them like continuously hurt me. And this goes for people that I may have accidentally hurt. If at a certain point someone finds someone else toxic or fake or annoying, just cut them out. You don't have to interact with them, and that's why I never... I mean, I feel bad and I will miss the person, but if someone decides to do that to me, and that happened kind of recently, yeah, of course I'm sad. Like, of course I miss my friend, but I'm not going to guilt trip the person into speaking to me. I'm not gonna guilt trip the person into like forgiving me or being my friend. If I realize that someone is toxic for me, or if someone is manipulating me to stay with them or any kind of that, like dude, I'm 22, I have my own life. I don't deserve to be someone else's puppet. And I also want to make it clear that it doesn't have to be like a permanently cut out forever kind of thing. If I feel like I need a break from a person, I will usually just kind of like distance myself. When I feel like I'm ready, when I feel like I can handle it, or like we can talk about it, or I can just accept that part of that person and not take anything to heart, and I still feel like our friendship is worth that, then I will like jump back in. If not, I would just keep my distance. Yeah, and I feel like that helps because that also draws your boundaries, and that also doesn't affect the other person, I feel. That's how I deal with people that annoy me or people that are toxic. Fake people, I just cut out altogether because there's no way of being real with them. There's no way of telling them how you really feel. So fake people I stay far away from. How does one decide on what course to take in uni if they don't have a clear like passion? A lot of people that I know that don't really know what they want to do go into business because they think that it's a general degree, it's easy, and I agree, but I'm sure there are things you like. I'm sure that there are things that you maybe wouldn't consider your passion, but things you really consider doing, and consider thinking of it as like what you like to do versus what kind of skills you build by liking to do that. Maybe you can find out your passion, because I really don't believe that someone can have no passion at all for anything. Maybe explore and expand your options in terms of schools and courses. If you find that oh, nothing in NUS or SMU is to your liking, maybe consider art school, maybe consider teaching, maybe consider doing a gap year, maybe considering working first, maybe doing another course, you know what I mean? There are so many paths that you can go, and not necessarily an academic route. I would just suggest that you really think about the things that you want to spend time doing, that you love doing, that you can convert into a career, and then maybe work from there. Okay, Xiangmin asked, can you blog more? I really want to, but I think like no one reads blogs anymore. If you read blogs and you wanna see me write more, let me know. I would love to do that. I would honestly love to. I just think my time is better spent on YouTube because I can just kind of talk to you guys, and I can kind of play with the visuals, and I can edit, and I feel like it's a more personal setting, and then you guys can always comment and get back to me, that kind of thing, versus me just kind of like posting stuff up. If I were to do a blog, would you prefer like beauty content or like film content or like personal stuff? I tell you what's going on in writing. yeah, let me know if you guys want me to vlog or not. Are you planning on going on holiday trips now that exams are over? This year I traveled quite a lot, and now that we're in December, honestly, I just want to stay home. I just want to enjoy my new place, and I want to create like vlogmas for you guys. So I'm not planning on going overseas for a while, not for this year, but I do want to explore Southeast Asia. I want to make sure that I want to, you know, do a big round and like check out everything, and then maybe move back to New York for a while. Maybe not stay there permanently if it works. I really don't know what's gonna happen in my future, but I kind of like that I don't know. Will you have a fan meet? Do you think people will show up? I don't know if people will show up. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking about it because I want to do a huge declutter. I don't know how it's possible, like me staying here for like 3-4 months and I already, like, there's clutter around the space. I want to declutter this whole section. I want to declutter the skincare. I want to declutter my makeup and just stuff everywhere. I want to be able to either make it into grab bags or give them away as giveaway prizes. A lot of these things are quite heavy, so I'm considering to set up like a meet and greet. Such a weird thing to say, fan meet and greet. Like, who am I? Like BTS? Like, but like seriously, let me know if you guys are down for that. By the way, I'm really enjoying this palette. Next question. What's something you regret doing during your JC years? I don't have much I regret because a lot of the things that I had to do were not up to me. I was honestly doing as I was told, and I kind of enjoyed that because it took a lot of the pressure off of me to decide what I wanted to do, and I'm pretty good at following instructions even though I don't like it. And I actually did pretty well in JC, so I don't regret anything. Oh, okay. I just fall asleep all the time. And it doesn't help that I was really tired in school because like, I just all the time. I told you, like, I really didn't have time for myself. So I do feel like maybe I should have tried harder. Okay, next question is, how did you deal with being shy on exchange and going alone for that matter? So I did go alone. Even though I seem like a very outgoing and like crazy person, I was very scared and alone at that point. There's a fine line in being cautious and also being open to new experiences. Faking it until you make it. Almost. It's that kind of thing. If you give out the sense like you're a scared little like guinea pig and you don't really know what's going on and you're just gonna squeak and run away, you will kind of give off that vibe that maybe you're not so fun to hang out with. If you go in and you are open and you are talking to people actively, I realize this is something that a lot of Singaporeans have problems with. Reaching out and being sociable instead of just waiting for someone to come speak to you. Don't think of it as like, oh, it's so uncool if I go up to people and say hi, like this and that. Singaporeans do that whole like, why are you talking to me kind of thing, right? No one else does it. I really feel like no one else does it unless you're like really weird and you like crazy eye people and then go like, hi, can I be your friend? So just put yourself out there. I also find that apps online, okay, but please be careful. When I say like use apps like Bumble or Tinder, you have to be very explicit that you're just looking for friends, and you have to be smart about it as well. If someone seems really shady, if someone seems they're not quite all there, someone seems dangerous, don't. Always hang out at a public place first. Maybe you can set it to like same gender and kind of figure things out, but I do realize that even if you only hang out with them for like a couple of times, you still get someone to explore the city with, and you just kind of get to talk to either someone that's local or someone that's moved there in a while, or someone that's new like you. I feel like the internet is a very good place to start making friends, as long as you're responsible and as long as you understand that there are dangers to it as well. There are a lot of like the, are you dating anyone? I was dating someone, but it just kind of got boring. And I've said this time and again, I'm gonna say it now as well. If at a certain point anyone starts to feel like a chore or not something that you want to look forward to, you just want to stop. Like, just don't, because you don't want to resent that person in the end, right? So yeah, I'm single, I'm not seeing anyone, I don't feel like seeing anyone for a while. I just am very happy being by myself. Share with us some of your recipes, please. Yes, will do. Maybe I can do like a cooking vlog or like a mukbang and show you guys what I made. Were you always passionate about film? Yes. I didn't realize that it was my passion, I just thought it was something that I really liked. What are some goals you wanna achieve by 40? I'm just gonna take the matte black here and then line my eyes because I feel like I don't want to put liquid eyeliner, I just want to extend it a bit. I don't have like strict goals I want to hit by the time I'm 40 because what I do is very volatile and I'm also not super sure. Like, I'm a very multi-hyphenated person, I do a lot of things, and I also don't want to limit myself by dictating what exact career or what route I want to take. I don't want to specialize in anything just because I I just like doing too many things, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. By the way, I'm gonna use this Illamasqua pigment thing, and I'm just gonna dot it on the inner corners of my eye. Maybe it works, I don't know. I think it'll match my hair. Okay. Wait a second. When I was younger, I didn't know that like my life goal was to be able to have something like books actually, but a bit different. I wanted to carry a lot of local literature and books that I find are particularly compelling that you can't find in other places, or maybe like art house films or whatever on the first floor, and have a little cafe, and then have like a second floor kind of like gallery performance space. It can always change, and like a workshop kind of setting. I just wanted an art house which is filled with energy and like creativity and love and people coming together and stuff. So if I do stay in Singapore, that's definitely something that I want to work towards. It just combines everything that I love, so that would be amazing. I also have like a bunch of other stuff that I want to open. I have always been quite enterprising, and I just have good ideas that I think people will enjoy. And when you have a business, that's what you want to do. You want to be able to serve people, so that's what I want to do. Ooh, okay, I'm digging this. The burnt orange is not super pigmented. I could pack it on, but I'm not going to. I kind of like it that it's a little bit like this. So that is my eyes done. How do you feel about not fitting in? Do you think I fit in my entire life? Of course not. I've always been very loud and very weird, and people have always noticed me for being different. I literally had a conversation with my JC teacher before, and I was like, I can't, like, my mind thinks so differently from everyone else's, and the way I do things makes people notice because they're like, why the hell are you doing it that way? Like, why are you doing that in the first place? And he was like, as you grow older, you're starting to realize how valuable that is to you, because that's what sets you apart. People want to know how to be different. People want to know how to be unique. People want to know what sets them apart. And if you already have that, then that's half the battle won. So after that conversation, I never like beat myself up for thinking things differently. If anything, I thought about it as like something that I was proud of, and that really helped change my mindset of how I see myself as well. There are also some questions about like being self-confident and having self-love, and I would say it stems from there. Just acknowledging the things that you do differently or the things that you believe in, provided that they're not promoting hate or like racism or homophobia, that kind of thing. But in terms of like personality traits and the things that you do and the things that you love, as long as it's something that you are proud of and that you want to share with the world, then that is how you build self-confidence and self-love. Next question. Do you think we should find love or let love find you? Okay, I'm gonna do a story time on this. I'm gonna talk about my first relationship, everything that I've learned from it and why it didn't work. Yeah, stay tuned. It's gonna be exciting. I actually held off on making on this for nearly like 2 years because I was like, I don't know if I'm ready, but I think I am. Love can find you, but I also think that you have to allow yourself to let love in, and you also have to recognize when that's love and when that's not. I feel like we place so much energy on finding romantic love and finding that happy ending. Someone once termed it to me as like the Cinderella syndrome, where you're constantly waiting and seeing like, oh, is this my Prince Charming? Is that my Prince Charming? It would be great if I found someone that was like, I call it a partner in crime kind of thing, that's someone that I can work together with and someone whose company I really enjoy and I can imagine a future with. But if that doesn't happen, I'm okay with it, because I'm okay with being by myself. I'm okay with knowing that just because I don't have a partner, I'm not by myself. I have my friends, I have my family, and I have this community that I've kind of created, and that's like a crazy thing. Should you find love, let love find you? I think you can do both. I think you can find different sources of love anywhere, and I think it should always start with yourself, self-love. Do you ever regret moving out? Sometimes when I don't earn enough for the month and I'm like, oh my god, like, am I gonna go broke? But most of the time, no. Because even if I had all this money, what would I do? I would spend it on a house. Wait, let me do my makeup first. I'm like constantly, my hair. I'm gonna go through a couple more questions and I'm gonna end this because it's taking a million years. Why is your name Wordweed? Okay. Wordweed is the name of my blog. I was trying to look for a fun and a catchy URL, and Wordweed is kind of an alliteration, and weed has two different meanings. So medical marijuana is something that's so contentious, but something that has been proven to help with epilepsy and proven to help with anxiety and all of that. So to me, it was kind of like therapy, and also had a double meaning of like weeds on the ground, how you would always pull them out but they would still grow, and people think of them as like nuisance and all that, but they're still plants to me. Writing was both a form of therapy and something that I can't help. It's something that I always have, that I always want to like put forth into the world, so it resembles weeds in a way. So that was wordweed. And then when I created the YouTube channel, right, it was to complement my blog, which is wordweed, which is how I just named it wordweed. And my usernames, everything didn't used to be wordweed, but after a while I just started being called wordweed, and also I was like, okay, I guess that's my username now. So that is why wordweed is wordweed. There's some questions about the house, expenses and all that. I'll get into that in another video because I feel like it will be better contextualized in that video. Do I really want a red lip with this look right now? Gosh. I think I'm gonna go with like a warm, kind of spicy lip color and address the last question, which is, what is your best decision in life? Creating the YouTube channel, and a very close second would be New York, because honestly, they can't do without the other. I just feel like the amount of opportunities and for my mental health as well, like it's been so great having this YouTube channel because it's my vehicle of expression. I'm able to do what I would do for free as a living. I've also opened myself up to meeting so many great people, not just like brands or like influencers or whatever, like actual real people that respond and watch my videos, and also people that I become friends with from them finding my videos. My life would be so drastically different if this didn't turn out the way it did, and for me to be able to be my own boss, for me to be able to start all these things and pursue my passions and know that there are people supporting me and know that I am able to really focus on creating content. It's been a crazy time, and I'm just really thankful that this almost came out as a happy accident. I'm gonna put this as a highlight. This is from Lord & Berry. It's from one of the beauty boxes on Look Fantastic. I have been using that all the time underneath my brow bones, on a cupid's bow, because it's like an eyeliner, so you can get really precise, and I love it. And this is the Color Riche 2 AM with Aria. Oh wow, that's dark. Sis, no. This is Jamie's Dream. It's the L'Oreal Color Riche. Wait, no. I'm gonna end off this look with one of my new favorite lipsticks. This is from MAC and this is called Chili. It's kind of like a spicy cinnamon color. I love it. Right now I look like a mime. I have this Illamasqua one. You know what? I'm just gonna line the outside just in case. So yeah, this is my finished look. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you so much for sending in your questions. I would love to answer more of them if you have more, so please send them my way and I will get back to you in the next one. If you like this video, don't forget to also click the thumbs up, okay, and subscribe. Don't forget to also click the bell button so you'll be notified when I make a new video, and I'll see you guys really soon. By soon, I mean tomorrow. So bye!